Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Eating Out Part 3. We discussed in the previous two shiurim that simple pshat is whatever standards one has, he would have to keep when he eats out. So it seems, at least, the Shulchan Aruch says that there's only one heter when he's eating at someone's house and they're serving pat akum, factory bread that was baked by Gentiles with no kashrut issues, just the takana of bread baked by Gentiles. So there, the Shulchan Aruch said that we could be lenient and eat the regular bread because we don't want to cause ill will. Rabanan, the post can point out that there's a specific exception only by bread. So it seemed like for other cases we cannot be lenient, but there's certainly plenty more to look into. We're going to now analyze a bit about meat, Chalak meat. Before we get into the question of eating meat out at someone's house, different than the one standard, let's first analyze the whole case of Chalak meat. What is it all about? So the halacha is that when one does shechita on an animal, the alright to one does not have to do any bidika. There's an assumption that all the parts of the animal are fine and nothing is treif. The Rabanan came along and said that we must go ahead and check out the lungs because maybe there's a hole in the lung, and if there's a hole in the lung, it's a treifa and it's certainly not edible halachically. And that's the halacha. So right is fine. Rabanan, they said one must check for the hole. But it's interesting that if, let's say, the person does shechita and a dog came along and before the lung was checked, took the lung away, and now there's no lung to check. So what do we assume? So many poskim say, well, really, midoraita, the no need to check. There's no need to check anything, and everything is fine. The Rabanan says you have to check the lungs, but now the lung is gone, so what am I going to do? So this is on us, not my fault, and that's it. So some folks can say it's totally fine. So just that gives a little bit of a background. That means the right that there's no need to check, the Rabbanan is to check the lungs for a hole, and that's it. And you want to make sure it's halak, there's no hole. So here's where things get a little bit tricky. What if there is an adhesion known as a sircha, where there's membranes, adhesions to the lung, and the question is what's going on there? And that's a very controversial area, and that is the source for the debate whether a meat is kosher where the lungs are not halak. So Yetz Hashem, in Eating Out Part 4, we'll analyze that point. Shalom.